So we have an update. We are getting everything powder coated and everything put on. So got the oil pan powder coated, motor mounts powder coated, valve cover powder coated. So I just put the oil pan on using this right stuff. Works pretty well. This is what it is. Right stuff. You just slide it on. So let this cure for 90 minutes. Like I said, everything else got powder coated and I'll show it once it's face up. But motor mounts, oil pan, intake manifold are all black, valve cover's red. So I'm letting this cure, I'm gonna tighten it. We have our RTEC manifold, improved racing oil cooler sandwich plate, turbo drain. So like I said, I'll show all of this once the motor turns up. But I'll not show all of this when the motor is turned right side up. I just wanted to show you the oil pan process. Basically, you just gasket out all around the holes and around the whole thing, and then you solder it on. You get hand tight, let it cure for 90 minutes, and then you torque it. So yeah, just an update on the oil pan. Today is November 25th, I think, of 2024. So obviously this is taking longer than originally anticipated due to other things, but here we are today. So I just got the motor basically 100%. You just saw a clip of me putting the oil pan on. So everything got finished powder coating today. So powder coating wise, I powder coated the timing cover. This is factory timing cover, oil pan, motor mounts, intake manifold, motor mounts. And then valve cover went red. And this is what we're looking at. So we have, just to go over everything again, this is a K24A2 or a K24A, which is the JDM motor. You do all of the USDM conversions. So I'll list all the part numbers of everything down below. But basically this is a K20A2 water pump. You can tell it has a water pump because it has the return fitting for the oil cooler right there. So water pump housing, which is brand new from Honda. The water pump itself, brand new from Honda. This is a K24A2 alternator, a K24A2, basically, but alternator and AC compressor are from the TSX, both Rock Autos. This is a tensioner, also from, the EP3 belt tensioner. EP3 idler pulley from Hybrid Racing. Shout out to Hybrid Racing. And then this is the K24A2, the TSX. It's a Gates tensioner. And then I'll link all of the part numbers for the hardware as well. And then with these water pumps, you do need to either buy the 60 millimeter stud or put a different bolt. Basically what I did is you take the stud that's originally from here for the JDM water pump and you put it on the bottom one. So these are both the 105 millimeter studs, and then you put the 14 millimeter nuts on them. That's the same bolt that comes with it. And then you just get either the stud from Honda with the nut, or you get a new bolt, which we already had. And then this is a TSX AC compressor, TSX alternator. These are the plugs. The coil packs that came with the motor. Continuing. Turbo setup. We have the RTEC K20, K24 cast manifold. We also have two up there that we're selling. So this is a G30 770 Garrett with a 0.72 AR, or no, I'm sorry, it's a 0.83 AR. Right there, it's upside down. Garrett 45 millimeter wastegate. Oil feed and water feed for the turbo. So we have tracked up fittings. So we have the British pipe to 4AN for oil feed. This isn't tight, but this is the oil pressure / temperature Bosch sensor from Haltech. This is the water feed. So this is a M18 or M20 to 6AN from TrackTough. Basically this one will go to the bottom of the turbo. I'm sorry, this is gonna be the inside. It's feed. Feed is gonna be at the bottom of the turbo. Right there, and you want water return be the top of the turbo. And this is gonna go to the K20. This is also TrackTough fitting. So this will have a 90 on it for water return. So that's the water routing. And then oil routing, obviously this is oil feed. We'll go to the top of the turbo right there with the restrictor on it. And then the oil drain, which will be from the bottom, will go to, this is just a fitting I found online for the tensioner return. Anyway, so this is oil cooler. This is from the boxer motor that I was running in my car before. This is an improved racing FA20, FA24. It fits on the Honda. It's the same thread pattern. And obviously diameter is bigger than the Honda, but there is enough surface area to encapsulate it. So I will update you to make sure that still works. And this is a Subaru oil filter. This is a 104 for Mobile One, I believe is the part number. So that's basically how I'm gonna route the water lines and oil lines, and I'm hoping to make a little package that will include all the fittings, all of the lines, pre-crimped, just to offer as a turbo solution. That way you don't have to reinvent the wheel for water lines and turbo lines. We have the super damper, necessity, either super damper or fluid damper for harmonics. Continuing, a big help for me is Hybrid Racing, and they hooked it up. So obviously they have the EP3 idler pulley bracket, and then this is the swivel thermostat housing. This has a low temp thermostat in it. And basically how I'm going to run for the water lines for this is I'm going to use their block off plate to block off this one because we're not using it. And this will go to the heater hose as well as the bottom of the intake manifold, which this isn't on by the way, all the way yet, but this will have the fitting to go to the heater line, and then the other heater line will go back to here, and I'll show that when I get to that point. Well, another thing, I did change the exhaust cam sensor to the same as the intake cam sensor. I'll link the part number for the Denso Rock Auto part for this as well. Basically that way you have as much clearance back here as possible. Plugged the Honda coolant temp sensor, and then the plug originally for the port for the Honda, for the coolant port. Another thing that I'm running, which I'll show, is a level 7 oil fill cap slash breather for a catch can, and I'll show that whole setting that whole thing up. And then Hybrid Racing, I have a dipstick, and then the timing cover or coil pack cover. I may have splurged a little bit on the hardware, so this is all ARP 12-point hardware all around for just the front that you can see, but you have to change all the hardware anyway because you're not running a motor mount here. So I decided just to, buy some nice hardware because that's what you see. So that's an update for right now. I'm running a Haltech R3. Let's go to the engine room, or the office here. I don't know where I put it. I think it's up by my toolbox. But this is all my Haltech sensors, and this is the IC7 dash. Pretty standard stuff. I will be running a IC7 dash. I will be making a 3D printed dash insert like we would do with the Miatas to fit that nice and well in the stock instrument cluster. These are different sensors: IAT sensor, 150 PSI fuel pressure sensor, flex fuel sensor, and this is the oil temp slash pressure just sitting over there. So the next step for me, like I said, I have the clutch adapter and flywheel coming in. Hopefully this week, I'll be able to throw it in the car, start making my transmission mount, and then from there make all of my lines being in the subframe and having the right rotation, because it's very important on how you clock your turbo. And since the motor sits 15 degrees, I need to basically clock it perfectly while it's sitting in the car for proper oil feed and then water circulation.